How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, aka Slammerella, and since Canada Post just doesn't feel like delivering some of the 5 or 6 albums I've ordered recently anytime soon, I guess I will be doing my thrash metal vest. And I know it's been one that a few of you guys been waiting to see and hear me talk about, so let's see if I can do it sitting here behind the drum kit. Normally I throw it on the bed and just kind of point and show you what's up, but here we go. This is it so far. Can't really see the full thing. This is why I normally do it on the bed. So this is the front. We're just going to run down each side first. This side got a pretty decent Bay Area thrash band that not too many people talk about, and that is Hatchet. Really good stuff. I have their first album, Awaiting the Evil. I think it's called Awaiting Evil, one of the two. Pretty decent. Right under it, we got some Canadian thrash by Hazard, and they're from Alberta, so a couple of provinces over from me. Under that, got some Lich King, and Lich King, you and me need to talk because your shit is way too expensive and way too rare. Yeah, I'm not paying $50 or $60 on eBay for every one of your damn albums, so release some shit, please. Anyways, some pretty decent US thrash, if you can get over the cheesiness and some of the jokey vocals. Under that, it's just a fucking thrash patch released by J-Huff Films, parody metal channel that's on YouTube here. On this side, we got a Killing patch, which is a buddy of mine, Jesper. He does drums for Killing and another project called And My Sorrow, which is actually pretty decent. Not thrash, but some like melodic female fronted death metal, if you're interested in that kind of stuff. But yeah, Killing, excellent thrash, very heavy, very kind of like almost a brutal thrash from Denmark. Some excellent thrash from there. And then of course gotta have a In the Sign of Evil Sodom patch. Excellent kind of first wave black metal slash thrash kind of band. Need some more of this in my collection. I think the only thing I actually have from Sodom right now is the Obsessed with Cruelty on vinyl. And below the Killing patch is a Legion of the Damned patch, which are actually from the Netherlands. I didn't know Legion of the Damned were from the Netherlands. For whatever reason, I thought they might be from the States, but nope, Legion of the Damned from the Netherlands. And the only thing I have by them is their first album, so I definitely need to get more of that in my collection. Another one that you might not have heard too much about, but have an excellent logo and a really good thrash, is Reactory, which if you love German thrash metal, there should be no reason why you don't like Reactory. I got most of their releases. I still need the 2 most recent ones, Heavy and fuck, I can't think of the name of the new one, but it has the High on Radiation character on the new one as well, so check it out. Awesome logo, love the green. Speaking of green logos, beside this we've got Havoc, excellent US thrash. These guys are from Colorado, so if you're into Colorado type thrash metal, get some Havoc in your life. Beside that is one that not too many people talk about nowadays, but these guys were old school thrash and had those like kind of power metal-y vocals back in the day. This is Artillery with their first album, Fear of Tomorrow. Excellent stuff. I only have one of their more recent albums though, so I definitely need to get some of their older stuff. These guys are from Denmark as well, so maybe Killing and Artillery could go on tour. That'd be sick. Jesper, let me know if that ever happens. Below that is a Fueled by Fire patch, a Cali, USA thrash metal band. So if you like Californian thrash, definitely check them out. I believe I also only have their first album. Oh, I'm going to switch this arm because holy fuck, it's killing me. Below that is Municipal Waste, some excellent crossover thrash from, I think, Virginia, USA. Most notably known for touring and being on splits with Toxic Holocaust. And don't worry, we'll get around to some Toxic Holocaust. But yeah, Municipal Waste. I don't own anything by them, but I really enjoy their stuff, and I normally listen to Toxic Holocaust and Municipal Waste back to back, so yeah. Alright, let's flip this over to the other side. On this side of the vest, underneath the collar here, we have some Onslaught. Hell yeah. Onslaught are an amazing kind of under talked about UK thrash band, members from England and Bristol. So if you like to switch it up a bit and get some thrash from the UK, Onslaught would be an excellent addition to your playlist. Under that, the guys have been talked about by so much on the J-Hoff Films channel. Warbringer is just some excellent, once again, California thrash metal. Hard to pass them up, and they're about on the same level as Havoc and all that. Both of them have a new release out, so definitely go check them out. I have their first two albums, Waking Into Nightmare and War Without End. Yeah. Next is another Joel Grind project. This is more like a black and thrash project though. Mostly black metal with some thrash elements, but this is Yellow Goat. This is not an official patch. I got this probably fucking from some random foreign country on eBay, but there's no official patches anywhere, so I was happy to at least get this. It's like a weird kind of velvety, odd fabric too. I don't know if you can really tell in the camera there, but it's not like embroidered, and it's like print on. Really weird, but hey, Yellow Goat. Below that, got a J-Hoff Films patch, because hell yeah, if you're new to YouTube and the thrash scene, you might not have heard of these guys, but if you've been out there for a bit, you'll know who J-Hoff Films are. You'll know who Chris Thrasher is. Had to rep them on the vest. Fellow Canadian YouTubers into metal. Below that is a Skeleton Witch patch. These guys are from Ohio, USA. Excellent mix of black and death and thrash, all mixed together into a perfect blend. Really enjoy these guys. I need a couple of more other albums, and if I could ever track down the first album, that'd be amazing. And especially if I could get it for under $100 or under $60 for the album. It's really expensive to get their first album. Most people consider Under the Permafrost or Beneath the Permafrost, or what the fucking Permafrost album's called, the first one, but it's not. They have one before that, and it's hard to get. Next, have to get an Anthrax patch on here. Absolutely love me some Anthrax. Really good, classic, kind of goofy thrash from the New York scene in thrash metal. Excellent US band. Should have been one of the big four, as opposed to fucking Megadeth or Slayer, for sure, in my opinion. So yeah, it should have been like Anthrax, Metallica, Testament, and maybe Megadeth. But yeah, and besides that, I have another kind of up-and-coming thrash band. This is Phantom Witch, also from California. These guys are excellent US thrash metal that are kind of, once again, along that brutal thrash metal, very heavy, very intense, sort of along the lines of Killing, my dudes from Killing. But these guys are excellent US thrash metal, and definitely recommend you check them up. No, this isn't the old Phantom Witch band. These guys used to be called Phantom for a couple of years and then changed their name to Phantom Witch, assuming that the rights were allowed because of the old band not being a thing. But yeah, so this isn't the old Phantom Witch. This is the new Phantom Witch band, and this is from their Death As We Know It album. Below that is Destruction, excellent German thrash, one of the, Tectonic Four, however you say that. Next to that is some Testament. Once again, should have totally been in the big four in my opinion. Excellent Californian thrash metal. Have so many more albums to go, and they are really good. So if you haven't heard of Testament, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but I need to get some Destruction in my life. Don't know why I don't have any of their albums yet, just haven't had the time to track some down. But yeah, definitely need to get some of those in my collection soon. Let's switch arms again. Holy fuck. Alright, so below the Destruction patch, we have Radiation. I don't think anybody talks about Radiation, and it's a damn shame. They're an amazing Slovakian thrash death band. Excellent vocals. The riffs are amazing. They've got an EP before this and a demo that I would love to get if I could ever track it down. But also got the shirt. I think this one's the Gift of Doom. Love that artwork, even on the patch. Check out Radiation from Slovakia. Beside that, I got Ear Piercing Thrash by Biocancer. Another one of those kind of like really intense, kind of almost brutal thrash bands. I have their Tormenting the Innocent album, which is their second album. This is the first one here, which I need to track down sometime. But yeah, Biocancer are actually from Athens, Greece. So if you're into something a little bit different, and something that's not one of the Tectonic Four or the Bay Area thrash bands, definitely go check out Biocancer. It kind of has that new thrash metal sound, kind of like blackened metalcore thrash sound. You'll dig it, trust me. Just go check them out. If you're into Toxic Holocaust, there should be no reason why you don't like Biocancer. Besides that is Dustbolt. These guys are from Germany, so if you like German thrash, Dustbolt do it really well. Kind of has the newer sound as well, more amped up, kind of heavier guitars. This is Awake the Riot, which is their second album. I have their first album, and I got something else coming by these guys in the mail whenever it decides to get here. But yeah, check out Dustbolt, excellent German thrash metal. Alright, going back over here, got a nice little strip along the front for Nuclear Assault, thrash metal from New York as well. It'd be kind of cool to see if Nuclear Assault did a tour with Anthrax, for sure. But yeah, Nuclear Assault, they are pretty damn good. I only have the Handle with Care cassette, but we'll definitely get more soon. Alright, and the last thing on this side is Atomica. I don't really hear too many people talking about Atomica for whatever reason. Maybe because they're from Brazil, I don't know. But they have an interesting kind of old school heavy metal slash thrash sound, sort of like Artillery, but these guys are a little bit more raw sounding, a little bit more heavy metal sounding, and not so power metal-y vocals. But I definitely recommend checking out Atomica with 2 T's. If you look it up with 1 T, I don't know if you'll find it. So yeah, it's Atomica with 2 T's. Really good, really kind of underappreciated thrash metal band. So that's it for the front. Now let's give a quick look here again. But yeah, that's the front of the Thrash Fest here. Alright, now moving to the back. Starting off at the top, the shoulder here. Got a something Warmacked. I don't know. Anyways, this is actually a Slayer patch technically, but honestly, I'm not really a big fan of Slayer. I think honestly Slayer's best album was Diabolicus in Musica. So that goes to show you how much I really enjoy Slayer. But I just count this as a Metal Militia patch because that's what it kind of looks like to me. But if you're a fan of Slayer, you'll obviously know that that's not Metal Militia. But I like the design, and I'm happy that it doesn't say Slayer anywhere, because it's just not really my bag of tea, my cup of tea, whatever. It's not really my bag or my cup of tea. But I do like that patch, so it's on there. On the other side, got some, my god, the name of this band is a bitch to pronounce. Hyades. Yeah, this is their Thrash Now, Work Later patch. They sent this in a bundle with their first album and their newest album. So I still need to get The Worst Is Yet to Come and the History of Trash, or something like that. The Origin of Trash, one of the two. But need their second and third album. But yeah, these guys are great. They're from Europe. I can't exactly remember where from Europe. Definitely check them out. Hyades, really good stuff. Alright, obviously had to get a Toxic Holocaust rocker banner there at the top. Excellent blackened thrash from Joel Grind. You can see I got a Joel Grind signature up there in the frame. So this was kind of a no-brainer that I had to get this there. And then on the back, this is kind of a joke patch, but also I like Metallica, and a lot of the thrash bands from the 80s and the 90s, you can't really say that that Metallica didn't have a huge influence on your sound or riffs. So Metallica had to be on the back. I had to put the biggest influence for my tastes in thrash on the back of here. And Metallica was one of the very first thrash bands that I ever heard when I was really young. So that was another reason that I had to put it on here. The color scheme, the orange and the yellow, was kind of really in vogue for me. I hate that I use that term, but it just really spoke to me. And then once again, if you're a fan of the J-Hoff Films channel, the jump in the fire joke, that jump in the fire joke just kills me. So all Sprims does is sit in his room and listen to Jump in the Fire on repeat for hours on end. Sometimes I just hate that fucking guy. So yeah, I had to get that just for just for the lulls and the fact that I really love the color scheme, and Metallica was the first thrash band I ever heard when I was a kid. So lots of reasons why that patch is there instead of a pleasure to kill or a practice what you preach or whatever kind of back patch. But below that, we do have a creator patch. Excellent German thrash band that had some like black and death kind of influences in the beginning of their works, but definitely my favorite Tectonic 4 thrash band from Germany. And then below that is Skeleton Witch, another rocker, panel at the bottom rocker, just because I really enjoy the mix of the black and thrash and death all together, just the heaviness and the uniqueness of their sound. So yep, had to get a Skeleton Witch. And then on this side is a interesting, not so talked about, but totally should be more talked about, and sucks ass that they broke up, Lazarus AD from the USA. They were originally called Lazarus, but then put AD on the end of their name to make sure they didn't get sued by a different band using said name. But yeah, check out Lazarus AD. The Black River album, or whatever it is, isn't the greatest, but their first one, The Onslaught, is amazing. So check out Lazarus AD. And then finally is Ailstorm, and this is the Sunset on a Golden Age album patch. Not the most amazing album, but I really like the artwork and the shape of the patch. And also I know that the UK band Ailstorm here isn't exactly thrash. They're more like folk and power metal mixed together, but there is a lot of thrash elements on some of the riffs, and I had nowhere else to put this patch, so Ailstorm, had to throw that on there. Alright, so that's it. That is my Thrash Fest. Hopefully I presented this to you in a decent enough manner that you could enjoy it and look over all of the bands that are on here. Obviously still have some room on the back and on the sides to fill it in. I need to track down a Game Over patch. It's just, I don't know if they even have patches for that band. Really good band. I also want to track down some other patches, like maybe track down like an Evil Invaders patch, maybe track down like a Disaster patch or a Destroyer 666 patch. If Horrific Disease had a patch, that'd be amazing. There's some crazy brutal kind of thrash metal if you're looking for like the heavier, more evil sounding thrash metal. I don't know if I should track down a Bathory patch for this or not. I don't know if that really makes sense to have a Bathory patch on a thrash metal vest. I'll probably try to find a Evil Dead patch eventually too. They're not bad. Some of the drumming's kind of poorly produced and the vocals could be turned up in the mix a bit in the one album I have, but yeah, anywho, still got to track down a few more patches for this thing. Let me know if you want to see an update when I'm finally finished this vest. And that's about all I have for this one. So hopefully you enjoyed my Thrash Fest. That's it for me until I get some albums in the mail to show you guys. And the only other thing I have coming is another horror movies to watch or avoid. So look for that in probably a week, because I don't really have much to show on this channel. I might be hosting a live stream this Saturday, but we'll have to see. Anywho, that's it. Cheers guys, for glory, for the Rebel Alliance. Slammerella out.